Are you ready to declutter your home this year, and yet you keep getting stuck with this feeling of loss? This is something that I struggled with for a long time as I was doing my decluttering journey. So what is this endowment effect? When you get an object, like if you just bought yourself a new water bottle, now that you own the water bottle, you have a new sense of ownership over this object. It's yours. But this feeling of ownership can really affect a lot of us when we start to get rid of those objects. We put an inflated value on this object because of the endowment effect, because we have this ownership over the object. The study was done a while ago on a large group of people where half of them were given mugs and half of them were given pens. And what they found was that the people with the mugs thought that it was much more valuable than the pen. But when they talked to the other group of people, they found the exact same thing, where those people wouldn't have bought the mug. They thought the pen was automatically better because of that sense of ownership. So there are several different psychological effects that this can have on us as we are decluttering. And the first one is loss aversion, that really we value the things that we have even more than possible things that we could have in the future or outside of our home. We value the things that we already have because we have this innate ownership. We have inflated the value of this object only because we own it and we fear the loss of letting it go. Another one I really relate to is just the familiarity and the comfort of having this object. Even if it's something that I didn't need back in the day, it was just comforting to know that I had it. Did I need 7 pillows? Absolutely not. But what if somebody came one day and they needed to sleep on 3 pillows? I was going to be prepared. The loss of having all of these things can be a big aversion for us not to get started on a decluttering journey, or can really stop us from reaching our full potential. And they even talked about psychological ownership. If you go to a car dealership and you see a car that you really want, you feel so much more inclined to get it because you've already had this like close tie with this object, and now you feel like you own it. So now that we know these things about ourselves and about the endowment effect, how can we use this idea to better help us declutter faster and easier and stop getting stuck? Think about the opportunity cost. If I was to keep this object, which I don't really like or use, what am I giving up because of that? Am I giving up physical space? Am I giving up mental space? Am I just giving up the idea that I could live in a home that's peaceful? If I keep all of these objects, those things aren't going to come true. And the more often that you can really sit in those feelings of, okay, in reality, yes, I would love to keep everything I've ever had. But if I do, what am I giving up? The things that I wouldn't naturally have ever decluttered in the past, now if I thought about them as an opportunity cost, it gave me a bigger picture. So when I would be getting rid of things like small pieces of furniture that I remembered getting at a thrift store or a yard sale, and I got this great deal, I felt this huge sense of ownership over these objects, that I remember getting this, I remember this amazing deal I got, and this was going to be perfect in my space. But I didn't have the either physical space or the mental space to take care of the object. And so therefore, all this value I had put on this object, it was not due to it. It shouldn't have been worth that much to me. And really, I should have never bought it in the first place. And hanging on to this object was costing me a lot of my time, a lot of my mental capacity, and just my physical space, that when I thought about the opportunity cost I was giving up, it was a lot easier for me to let it go. I want you to think about your future. How is this object going to be in your future? Is this something that you can see really bringing you a lot of joy in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Would you want this object to still be in your house? And if you were to live without this object, what possibilities could be in your future? We recently went on a 2.5-week trip, and we only brought carry-ons. And so we had very few clothing and very few personal items at all. And it was a great experience because it reminded me so much of this. When you look to the future, when you look to the things that you could have if you stopped over-consuming, if you didn't have to clean so many things every day, if your time was given back to you, what would you be able to do with it? And I know that, as silly as it sounds sometimes, with just decluttering 3 or 4 dishes or just getting rid of a few objects that you have on your wall that you hate dusting anyway, getting rid of just a few things at a time makes a huge difference over the span of your life, because you're given that time back and you're also given that mental space back to do and learn something else. As somebody who loves decluttering, this was probably the best one for me. If you don't know already, I have ADHD, and so often I don't have the best memory of all time. So while I'm decluttering, I will forget, hey, when's the last time I used this item? Which is a great question, but very difficult for somebody who has memory problems. And so what I have found to do is taking a break from the item. It not only releases some of that ownership feeling we can attach to items, it also allows you to realize, hey, I didn't use this item, or I didn't go back for this piece of clothing. So therefore, okay, I don't need this. This would actually make somebody else a lot happier than it can make me, as it's sitting in the closet all by itself. So they also said that the endowment effect fades with time when you are not constantly looking at an object. So if you've never done something called a packing party, they're really helpful. It basically just means that you're taking everything out of the room, except for maybe the bare essentials, and you're only slowly bringing back into the space the things that you are needing and using. And what that shows you is that, wow, there are so many things that I'm not actually touching and using on a daily basis, but also the endowment effect is less effective when you are not constantly looking and touching at these items. And let's talk about the last one that I really like. And it's basically just visualizing. If you can sit in a space that you have that you are not happy with, and you can visualize the space without these things in it. And while packing party is really helpful to physically take the items out, if you don't have the space or the time to do that, even just visualizing in your head for a couple of minutes, a few times a week, what would this room be like if I didn't have this piece of furniture, if I didn't have all this decor? What could this space be? If you didn't have all of these things in this space, do you feel like you'd have a lot more mental clarity? Can you visualize that mental clarity that you would feel if your walls were more bare? If you had less objects visually out all of the time, would you feel more at peace in this space? If the answer is you're closing your eyes and visualizing is yes, then that's what you need to go ahead and do. That ownership of these objects feels less intense when we know that getting rid of it is leading us to something better. These are just a few ideas that have really helped me over the past 6 years of decluttering my life and living with a lot less. And I really hope that they can help you to get over that endowment effect and be able to see that objects are just to be used and people are to be loved. That is one of my favorite sayings from the minimalists, and I am going to leave you with this. If you like learning about minimalism, then please continue your journey by watching one of these videos here, and I wish you guys all the best.